Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is watch along time in the Championship. Some Friday night football. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours watching Leeds United versus West Brom. Come and join us. Come and have your say. It's going to be an interesting night. Welcome along, guys. Leeds versus West Brom. Make yourself known in the chat. Say hello. I said this is going to be an interesting one. More kind of for off the pitch stuff than on the pitch with these two, and particularly Leeds at the start of the season. Plenty of willy or won't he, if you'll excuse the pun, with certain of their star players, and the guys that we did not expect to be around tonight are indeed not around tonight. West Brom, we went into the season with not such high hopes for them. They've kind of bounced between Premier League and leveraged those parachute payments and got back up from the Championship. But those have run out this time around, and we're a bit worried about the off-field stuff there in terms of finances. So big season for Carlos Corberan and West Brom. We'll get into the teams. Let's just say some hellos, Hamza. Well, I think he's at work, but he might be checking in. Liam, welcome. West Yorkshire Gamer. Been in hospital with a suspected concussion. Well, get well soon, my friend. Hope you're okay. Alistair, welcome. Cole, welcome. Liam, he's off to Colchester tomorrow. Very nice too. Steve, legend, back at you. Welcome. Joe, welcome. Oh, there he is, West Yorkshire Retro Gamer. I hope you're okay, fella. Doesn't sound great, a big cat scratch on your face. Ross, who is that gorgeous little baby in your picture? Hello to you. Duncan, Christopher, what's the crack, lad? We're here for some Championship football. That's the crack. Tractor Grandad, Ewan, Stefan sweating in France. All right for some. Kev, welcome to all of you. We're going to get into the teams. We're going to get your predictions for this one. Let me know how you're feeling about Leeds and West Brom tonight. Could be an interesting one. The big story is if Leeds don't win again, it's been a really, really poor start for them. And will Daniel Farke be able to fight back in the end? It's a kind of club and a squad and a situation we thought where we'd see Leeds nice and high up that table. But, it's not turned out that way. West Brom might think they can take advantage. Let's say a few more. Hellos, David, welcome. Come on, you baggies, I think that says. I can't see his shirt. There in the background. Might have to change my stop it. Gold Coast Whites looking in. Welcome, Les. Very good to have you along. Lewis, suffering Derby fan. I saw him at the game there on Tuesday night as well. Carl, how am I? I'm all good, fella. Let's get into this team news then. And, maybe not too unexpected now. Maybe I'm hyping it up a little bit too much. But we think Nonto has now handed in an actual transfer request. No sign of Luis Sinisterra either. So Leeds, Meslier still in goal, despite the fact we thought he might be one that was moved on. So lots of players going out that we might have thought wouldn't go out, and one there that we thought would go out with Carl Darlow coming in. Meslier still in goal. Farke has had a chance to tweak this back for a little bit. Sam Byram, bit of a no-brainer. He was available, former player at the club. Left back, it seems like left back issues at Leeds for years, actually. But he's in that slot. There on the right-hand side, Luke Ayling, who I'm hearing has had a bit of a tricky start to the season, but he's given the club such good service there. I'm sure he'll keep his place for the foreseeable, even though they were in for Max Aarons, weren't they? Pascal Struijk is going to be the left centre-back. And Joe Roden, this must be a full debut. He didn't start, did he? I think he ended up coming on and playing up front against Birmingham the other night. Now, one part of Leeds' team that we can be sort of optimistic about has been this central midfield pair. Ethan Ampadu, who's come in for a chunky fee, sort of 7 million plus add-ons from, where did he sign from? Chelsea, wasn't it? He's been been on loan to so many clubs, I didn't even know what his parent club was. And Archie Gray, the brilliant youngster. Those two have been absolutely great. But it's been up top and out on the wings that's been the issues for Leeds, hasn't it? Get your thoughts in, by the way, in the comments on this Leeds 11. Dan James, very pacey player. Sometimes we wonder about end product. He should be good enough in the Championship, though. Jorginho Ruta, a £30+ million forward there. We don't know whether he's actually going to end up central or off to the right. We are assuming, or Footmob are, Jamie Shackleton, who we normally see a little bit further back, is going to help out on that right-hand side. Shackleton give you a lot of energy. I'm not sure he's going to be beating too many players and playing like a typical sort of inside forward or winger, but we shall see. Joe Gelhardt up top, who I like very much, and we remember back covering Wigan back in the days, but just hasn't really worked for him at Leeds. Let's have a look at save your predictions for a second, guys. I can see a couple of good ones in there already. Duncan can't fill the bench, including 2 goalies. Mad times. Yeah, fortunately, it's only 5 subs, isn't it, Duncan? But yeah, 7 subs for Leeds. Could be 9, couldn't it? 2 keepers on there. What else have we got here? Wonder if we can repeat scored. Yeah, Pablo Hernandez, didn't he, scored after 17 seconds in this game previously. About as strong a lineup as we can put out right now. So many injuries. Come on, Baggies. Got a feeling we're going to get our asses spanked tonight, says DJ. Shackleton played white. Okay, Joe, played white right against Birmingham. I hope not to see it again. Stop it. Dear oh me, David, 2 of my brothers, Leeds fans. Fucker. Masterclass tonight. We will see. Hold your predictions for a second, guys. We'll do them in a minute. Gavin, you legend. Gavin, one of our Luton friends, sunning it up in the Premier League this season. Good luck to him. West Brom, good luck to them. Let's go through their team, guys. Let me know what you think of this, and then we'll go to predictions. After that, Alex Palmer in goal for the Baggies. Darnell Furlong, he of the massive throw-in, although that was on the big Val Ishmael. I saw we might see a couple tonight. Eric Peters, he's been around forever. Those are the 2 fullbacks. Cedric Kipre, speaking of Wigan, he used to play for them as well with Joe Gelhardt. Might be one of the players that won that weird game for Wigan at Leeds a few years ago, 2019, Easter, if I'm remembering correctly. Semi Ajay, the other centre-back. Bit of quality in here. Okay, Yokuslu, Turkish, very experienced central midfielder. Now, I'm assuming Footmob have got this in the wrong order. So let's assume Jay Malumbi is going to be partnering Yokuslu in central midfield, and John Swift will be further forward. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm imagining. Excuse me. Matt Phillips, another one, been around forever, good at this level. Jed Wallace was one of the hot free agents along with John Swift last season, and player who we've all enjoyed watching come up through the leagues, through from Salford last season to West Brom, Brandon Thomas Asante. Always good to see people making that journey, say, up from League Two, like Thomas Asante did. Forest are winning. Have they started already? We'll get into that one if you are looking at that Forest game. Come on, Leeds first teams. There we go. Evening to Ewan as well. Cole, representing Cardiff in the chat. We'll do a roll call in a bit, actually, Cole, and you can tell us all who you support. Steph, as a Wolves fan, going to be kind 1-1, no VAR. Shackleton, good player, needs to be more aggressive going forward, always takes the safe option. Matt, not sure playing Santo from the start is wise, considering he only trained yesterday. Interesting, good insight, Matt. Would have given him the weekend. Yeah, great point. We'll see how he goes on. I think Swift got nearly 20 goal involvements. Good player. Yeah, he'll be the one we need to keep quiet. Yes, I think he was in my thumbnail for this one as well, so we identified him as well. Werder Bremen and Bayern Munich. We got Harry Kane a goal yet in that one. Alex Palmer was superb on loan at Argyle, one promotion that season. Right. Tayo scored from a header. So, yeah, if you are in touch with, who is it? Sorry, Forest and Sheffield United. Sounds like Forest are winning in that one. It's not televised, is it? So, let's just have a quick look at the benches and then we can go to your predictions, guys. Gyabi, Bate, Greenwood, Cresswell, Drama, Darlow, and Klassen. So, yes, 2 keepers on the bench there for Leeds. A bit better populated here for West Brom. Madja, Mowat, former Leeds player, Sarmiento, Chalabar, Gardner-Hickman, Fellows, Townsend, Bartley, another former Leeds player, Josh Griffiths on the bench. Right, get into it then, guys. I want to hear your predictions for this one. If you can help me out, stick the teams in as well, because sometimes we just get score lines and it gets a little bit confusing. Who is going to win this game? Get me your watch-along predictions in the comments right now. I'm going to read them all out. Keep predictions in as we roll this. Right, let's see who you've got. If you put a prediction in earlier, just stick it again in now, and I will try and read them all out. Ewan, 3-2 baggies. Another Ewan. Ewan, stop it. 0-0. Sorry. He says we don't want any 0-0s on the watch long. So it'll just be a long chat between us lot as we're kind of ignoring the game. 1-1, says Joe. Gavin, 2-0 Leeds. Hector, 1-1. Baggies for Jamal. What else we've got predictions-wise? 2-0. I think you're favouring Leeds, you lot in the chat. Hopefully West Brom, says Martin. Matt, I'll take a draw, but I reckon it'll be 3-2 to the Albion. I'm all over nice 5-goal thriller. Whichever way it goes, of course, completely impartial me. 1-1 draw, 1-0 Leeds. Hector, Colin. Robert, Leeds 3-1. Retro Gamer, 2-1 Leeds. Head says 1-1 draw. Steph, 1-1. DJ, Albion fan, Leeds win 3-0. Jonesy, 1-1. Duncan, 1-0 Leeds. Christopher, 2-1 Leeds. Steve, Baggies. David, 3-1 Baggies. Liam, 2-1 Baggies. Okay, it's fairly mixed here. 2-1 Leeds. Carl, 2-1 West Brom. Richard, you legend. 4-4, I will take it. By the way, if you are of an Ipswich persuasion, or indeed a QPR persuasion, check out Rich and Seb on the Blue Monday podcast yesterday previewing that game. Rich, I haven't listened yet, but I will do on the way to the game tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. Redcoat 2-2. That picture looks a bit funny from that angle. Mark, he's gone for the baggies, and he is Leeds 3-1. Stevie, 2-1 Leeds. Chris, 2-1 Leeds. Right, players in the tunnel then. Let's have a look at the league table as it stands, and you can see what things could look like if either side can get themselves a really valuable win tonight. Not too high up in the table, either of them, but of course, you only need 3 points at this stage of the season to go all the way up to the top. So West Brom could do that. If West Brom win by a couple, Ipswich on top there with a 3-goal difference. So yeah, West Brom, if they could get themselves a 3-goal win, would go to the top of the table. Leeds only have a point thus far, so they would be looking into that clutch of teams there between third there, Watford and Bristol City in 10th in terms of climbing the table. Bottom tier, unoccupied there. Maybe some travelling baggies are watching on Sky or hopefully watching on the watch along here. And the players are coming out. There is Jorginho Ruta. Again, remind me of the transfer fee. I know you can't judge a player purely on what the transfer fee was, but he should fill his boots at championship level, shouldn't he? Any more predictions here? Jamal, 2-1 baggies. There is Jed Wallace, who Joby and the gang were telling us has a very good record against Leeds. Right, let me know your final points before we get into this. Joe, 35 million. Woof. As much as I respect Leeds as a club and their fan base, they've been really bad in the transfer market, haven't they, Leeds? Cheers, by the way, everybody. Don't mind if I do. We've looked at some of the other clubs. Leicester and Southampton obviously have come down with them, have managed to cash in on players and really set themselves up, A, to cover that big drop in broadcast revenue that they're going to get, even with parachute payments, but B, to give the managers the chance to sign some players, basically. And we know Daniel Farker is a brilliant manager at championship level, but anyone's going to struggle if they've got no money in the coffers and all the players are going to loaned out from them. DJ, our away form is awful. Can't see it changing anytime soon. Who do you think will win, says Cole. Do you know, I think I went for the narrative and West Brom to maybe sneak one. But let's see. I'm sure Carlos Corberan is not kind of the manager Leeds would have wanted to come up against here. Certainly knows the club very well, obviously on the bench there with Bielsa. And he just got really good at Huddersfield at locking out championship games and, long undefeated streak there with Huddersfield. There is Daniel Farker, who probably feels he's bitten off more than he can chew with what's gone on so far. But absolutely brilliant championship managers. We just see the win rate there in that division. Gavin, Leeds goal, second goal to be scored in the 101st minute. There is Stuart Dallas and Liam Cooper getting the badge in there. Injured players, and there is Carlos Corberan. Very familiar face in this stadium, very well liked by the Leeds fans. West Brom bench is tidy. Agree. Rich says if the game's ebbing out and it's tight, you'd think the Baggies do have the advantage from the bench. More worrying times ahead at West Brom than what happens today. May be so. Leeds haven't won in 11. Crikey. That is a long time. Sky are telling us Pat Bamford, Willie Nonto, Somerville and Sinistera all unavailable. Lots of people asking what I'm drinking. It is a nice Spanish lager who, if they want to sponsor me, they can. Cheers, everybody. I should be being good because I wasn't very well yesterday, some weird illness, but I'm feeling better now after a bit of a zombie day. Players take the knee, presumably, to protest against all forms of discrimination. And we have kicked off. It is Leeds versus West Brom. Get your opinions in as we go. We will just change that banner at the bottom to say 0-0. We'll get you a timestamp as quickly as we possibly can. First time for me seeing both of these teams so far this season. The watch-alongs we've had Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton and Coventry and Borough last time. So nice and mixed. In the flesh, I have seen... Who have I seen? Leicester and Coventry so far. And Derby and Oxford, but that's a League One game. We'll be seeing Ipswich and QPR. So we'll try and get across all 24 teams in some way, shape, form or fashion. Hopefully, some point October. Am I coming Ipswich versus Leeds? Yes, I am, Nick, and I will be there tomorrow watching Ipswich as well. I know Nick polices my Ipswich attendance there. Make sure I keep it. Timestamp going to be at 1 minute now, if that's any help. Leeds fans in adversity, giving it some. Well, we said this about the stadium there at Leeds. And Sam Parkin knows way better than me because he played there lots. But he was saying normally they're behind them. I just have seen the odd... I'm not saying the crowd getting on the players' back, but I have seen the players get weighed down by it before. Kevin, I'm a Leeds supporter. Good to have you on board. Kevin over on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, do hit the like button. We'll do a proper like spike in a little bit so you can save your like for them if you are hanging around. Goal kick to West Brom. Palmer is going to knock this one down the ground. Looking out onto that right wing. They've won the flick on. Byram knocks it out. Throw in to West Brom. Sam Parkin got a lovely brace there for ITFC. No wonder he likes it, Rich. Any more streaming this weekend, Cole? I'm going away again on Sunday. So no, we won't be back streaming until Thursday next week. Going to be away from Sunday to Wednesday. Going to try and get the hot takes out. Bless Rich. He's sitting in for me hosting Blue Monday on Sunday night. We will get a vlog up for Ipswich QPR and we'll try and get the hot takes out. Stevie, send Sam a tweet and I'll tell him to look out for you. But tell him you're a listener to the show. That will make him happy, no doubt. Peters knocks that one out to Matt Phillips. Back in to Kit Prey. Apologies, Footmob had Kit Prey and Ajay the wrong way round. Kelvin, that is a beautifully timed question. Coming to any Birmingham games? Yes. I'm going to be at Birmingham Millwall on Saturday, the 2nd of September. Really looking forward to it. Kelvin, will I get to see Tom Brady, do I? I'm there for the football. But yes, we will be there. West Brom have had more of the ball thus far. Trying to find Thomas Asante up top, cleared away. Leeds can't really get on the ball yet. It's all a bit stiff, this one. Arrigo Saki would like it. Nice and tight. Come to a Cardiff game. Do you know what? It would have been Ipswich Cardiff that day, but we got to flit it about and be at as many places as we can. So there is Pat Bamford in the crowd there. Is that Junior Firpo sitting next to him? Leeds fans will correct me if I'm wrong about that. Deary me. Crew charging £27 for adults for away games. That does seem a bit steep for League Two, doesn't it? Sad day with the death of Sir Michael Parkinson. Very much so, Ewan. What a guy. Is he Barnsley Parkinson? I think he is, isn't he? But yeah, what a guy. Luke Ayling has just got bumped by Matt Phillips, just holding his ribs. The Leeds captain stays down. Alan, welcome. 2-2. His prediction tonight. Up the Villa. Who you got tomorrow? Renee, who's going to win? Leeds or West Brom? Hoping you could tell me that, mate. Any updates from Sheffield United and Forest will be appreciated. Two teams we've covered on the channel. Last 2 years to promotion, both of them. Forest in 22. Blades last year in 23. Or this year, indeed. You know what I meant. Last season. A bit messy. West Brom have had the edge in terms of possession, I would say. Nothing doing, though. Ampadu. Knocked back in by Gelhardt to Strack, who they were saying, I was listening to the Square Ball earlier, doing a bit of research for this one. Apparently, Strack, one of the high touch makers, a lot of the ball going through him. Dan James with that ridiculous pace trying to get past Furlong. Furlong getting a bit handsy there, needs to be careful. Shackleton is looking fairly central there. I don't know whether that's just rotation. They're into the box here. Leeds. Oh, swung to the far post there. Byram had got forward from fullback. Tried to bend the shot in there with the right foot. Remember, he can play both sides. Byram. He's got two people closing him down. This will be a good camera angle. How close does he get that? Keeper was done. Yeah, look. Oh, Farker. Thought that was heading into the far corner. So, I said nothing in it and Leeds haven't gotten the ball. First decent chance of the game. Falls to Leeds. Jed Wallace pinging that one out to Furlong in a bit of space down the right. 1-0 Forest. Thank you, Alistair. Leeds should get their first win tonight, Stu. Walker. I'll bet on Leeds to make sure they lose. Stop it. Come on, follow. Renee, hoping for a draw. When am I coming to Nantes? 2-year-old kid, Stefan. I'm not going abroad for the next couple of years, I don't think. Oh, big diag there. Nice ball. Furlong. Controls on the thigh. Just held up by Dan James. Gets in and does his defensive work there. Yakuslu. Peters fairly narrow. Too much imagination from West Brom on the ball. They've looked for the kind of switch out wide a couple of times fairly quickly. Sheffield United squad lacks quality. Liam's words, not mine. Sunday at home to the Toffees. Good luck. Alan, Willie Nonto has put in a written transfer. He has today, Eugene, hasn't he? As opposed to throwing his toys out the pram and just not showing up for games. Always thought Byron was a right back. Looks more comfortable. Yeah, he's played both sides, Rich. It's amazing the amount of fullbacks that can do that. But I suppose it's one of those positions there's not too much chance to rotate about. I know the feeling having 4 daughters. Jesus, Stevie. One's enough for me. Do you know what? It was proper witching hour. Shaylee made the dinner tonight, so I had Enid upstairs for the last bit. And I was trying to hang the laundry up and look after her. And I swear, she just went pure kamikaze I had to just ditch the laundry and stop Enid from just destroying herself by throwing herself off various things in the lounge. Fatherhood, everybody. Here's Strauch. Byram. Little one inside. Gelhardt. Free kick given to Leeds. Dan James has gone down, holding his head. Darnell Furlong looks the picture of innocence, but he has been yellow carded. I must admit, I didn't catch it. You just block him off the ball, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Oh. Come on, Ben, sort your life out. I missed it again. It was right over in the corner of the picture. If anyone caught that better than I did, what the hell happened? Well, one thing I know that did happen is Darnell Furlong is in the book. Before anyone asks, it's referee O'Donoghue tonight. Yeah, 62% possession so far for West Brom. Sliding tackle there by Wallace. Doesn't quite carry. And here is James out again on the left wing. Wins a corner. I saw Dan James play for Swansea back in... There's a Paul Hurst game for Ipswich, so it can't have been... It must have been August or September. Maybe September. Probably, along with Adama Traore. Look at the size of that man. The quickest player I've seen in the flesh, I think. Corner to Leeds. Big Roden is up from the back. Been marked by Matt Phillips. And it goes to the near post. Ampadu gets a little flick on it. Looked a rehearsed one there. I think he was trying to flick it on into the 6-yard box. Or goalwards, maybe. Looked like a deliberate ploy, as I said. Ian, welcome along, legend. Too many priceless moments. Yeah, right. Drama or Byram should be over Ayling. Dembele was putting him on his backside last week. I'm not doing Leicester Cardiff, Renee. That is, when is that? That's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I'm at QPR Ipswich tomorrow. Live and in person. Here comes John Swift. Nice carry. Ooh, nearly sliced the defence open there to play Phillips through, who'd gone narrow. Swift has got it on the left wing. Ayling gets a little toe ender on it. Swift has got it back. He's gone for the big Hollywood switch. And Byram and Furlong jumping together. Thought Furlong might have got a foul for that. Byram, a bit clumsy, but Furlong didn't protest, so maybe I'm wrong. Harry Kane playing for Bayern tonight. Love to see him get a goal. Now, do I think Brennan Johnson will remain at Forest? Yeah, it'd take a massive fee for him, wouldn't it? Ian, we've signed Christ Tehi, if I'm pronouncing that right. Club record fee, previous was only 500k, so no biggie. See how he does for... Where from, Ian? See how he does for the Millers. Christopher, no, I won't be doing Plymouth Southampton. Again, I'm going to be in the car, probably on the way down to Loftus Road tomorrow. But Sam Parkin of this parish will be on co-coms on TalkSport 2. So check it out. Check it out on the radio. Vinny, there he is. Play up Sky Blues, indeed. Might be 4-0 Leicester. Northampton away in the... I'm down, Lewis. If you can get me a ticket, just let me know. Let me know when it is. If you are going to a game and you want a guest, you can get me in. I'm easily bought. Ampadu. I'm trying the big switch out for Dan James. What West Brom have done well so far, and I've seen loads of Daniel Farker football, covering his Norwich teams in the Championship, is they can really overwhelm you, with these overloads when the fullback comes forward and one of the midfielders goes out. And they haven't managed to do that at all in this game, Leeds. West Brom have been nice and sturdy there with their team shape. Kipre got away with one there a bit, won the free kick. Am I doing Spain, England? Again, I'll watch it, but that is the first morning of my holiday. So we'll try and get the hot takes out. Apologies, Norwich and Millwall fans. Hot takes would be before that game's played, likely. And then off down to the caravan for a few days with Shaylee and Enid. Throw in 2 Leeds, Luke Ayling and Matt Phillips. Some very long in the tooth championship players there, sledging each other. Evening, Dave, legend. Thoughts on Harry Kane to Bayern? I don't know, pretty cool, isn't it? Good to see the best England players going and playing abroad. Still doesn't happen all that much, does it? Back down Reading for the weekend for Stevenage. Nice. Chichester, we're off to, Ian. The weather is never kind to me, my friend. 13 gone. West Brom edging possession and territory. Leeds with kind of the best chance with Byram bending that one past the far post. Don't forget to hit like if you are enjoying the stream. Helps us hopefully find some new friends. Ayling heads that one inside. Cleared by Peters. Carlos Corberon very animated in the technical box there. And it worked, actually, because his team's press was really good. Melier hits that long. And I think Gelhardt was offside. Oh, Joe Gelhardt, you silly, silly boy. We all know now, and it's a good thing, I think, that if you stop a free kick like that, you're going to get a yellow card. And just instinct from Gelhardt there. He just jumped on the ball. It was kicked at him. Guaranteed yellow card. We know this season. Oh, Leeds have got a nice looking over here. Archie Gray to Shackleton. Crosses early to the back post. Gelhardt, heavy touch. Shot driven in low. Decent save. Palmer. It was Dan James there. Didn't think it was the best ball in the world from Shackleton. But they still managed to get the shot off. And Leeds have now made the 2 best chances in the game. Ian, vlogging Derby Fleetwood tomorrow. Enjoy, Ian. Lewis will back me up here in the chat. Derby were pretty poor on Tuesday, so Fleetwood might fancy that. Or will Derby bounce back and get themselves a good victory? One or the other, if it's not stating the bleeding obvious. It's supposed to be nice Monday to Thursday. I hope you're right, Dave. I hope you are. Won by Malumbi. Knocks that back to Palmer, who hoiks it clear. Leeds just on top for the last 2-3 minutes now. Come on, it's not my fault. If I go to your team's game and they lose 2-1 and get 3 injuries, nothing to do with me. Mo Heister got booked already three times this week to stop free kicks. Jacob may come from a place of bias. I clearly have no love for either, but they both look bang average tonight. With no Tony or Pookie. He'll be the championship top scorer. There you go. Take that one. We'll try and get to a Cardiff game at some point. Cole, bit of a trek for me, I must admit, out there. Here is Jorginho Ruta, and he is offside. Barely mentioned him yet. Have we? I kind of thought as soon as I said his name. It was Archie Gray winning it back to start off that decent chance a minute ago. Now, this is where Shackleton, he just plays it and everybody has to stop their movement in towards the goal there. If you can just swing that into the space. There were 2-3 Leeds players. Just had to hit the area sort of just outside the 6-yard box and make defenders defend, as Neil Warnock would say. Get your likes in. Absolutely. Do hit that like button. We'll do a proper like spike in a minute. Back at the Mole tomorrow. Gary O'Neill's Barmy Army. Woof. Thomas Asante's got it in a nice position here. And he swings that one out to Phillips now. Good looking this for West Brom. Phillips crosses right-footed. Thomas Asante is well marshalled by Ampadu there. Best kind of action of the game there for West Brom. Good play by Brandon Thomas Asante. He does well. Look at that. Strong. Holds it up. Good ball out. Well left by John Swift. Bit floaty, the cross from Phillips. Just needed to be a bit flatter, didn't it? But encouraging, certainly for Thomas Asante. Bumping his man off there. Bad turn of phrase. You knew what I meant, didn't you? Byram knocks that one back to Stroud. Just found out Archie Gray is Eddie Gray's great nephew. The guy has good DNA, Rich. Most definitely. Roden knocks that one back home to Melier. How long till Derby make a change in the dugout? I'll let Lewis in the chat take that one. 2-1 baggies tonight, says Ant. We could do with a goal. Watch-alongs have been good for goals so far, haven't they? 3 per game thus far. So if we do get a 0-0 tonight, you lot, we're still at 2 per game, right? We need some goals. Come on. Carlos Corberon, I suppose he'll be happy in general, but just when they have got on the attack, they have made those 2 decent chances, haven't they, Leeds? And I don't know about you. What would I rather have, 3 good chances or a ton of possession? Give me the 3 good chances, I think. Poor old Grandad Frank hardly ever gets a mention. No. Well, he did mark on the Sky coverage tonight. I am drinking a lesser-known Spanish beer tonight. And Palmer got a bit lucky there. Kind of drilled that in, and Malumbi bails him out there in deep central midfield. Excuse me. Malumbi, Yakuslu, nice ball. Furlong. Touch just brought him inside then. Attack lost the momentum because of it. Ajayi. Both teams squeezing at the same time makes it really congested in there. They found some space though, West Brom. Furlong, nice cross into the near post. Oh, it's going to fall for Wallace, is it? Yeah, he has got it. Wallace knocks it back. Ajayi swings to the back post. Swift tries to bring it down. West Brom looking dangerous. It was a good cross that by Furlong. We need to see the replay of that one. And that's a dreadful ball by Cedric Kipre that goes straight out of play. Yeah, Furlong surprised me actually there. He whips this into the near post. Phillips, I think, deliberately steps over it. And it's actually really good defending by Luke Ayling, who's gone all the way in from right back to knock that away from Brandon Thomas Asante. If he gets there first, he probably scores that. Good play by Furlong. Really good cross. Wallace. In it goes. Furlong, Ayling in that position again. And the Baggies just give that away. It went towards Wallace, who was coming back from offside, whereas if it could have gone to Furlong, they could have kept the attack going. Good moment that. Really good work from Luke Ayling, who made an excellent block there and then got in a second time. Just coming across and covering. Bit of joy down the right-hand side for West Brom with Darnell Furlong. Roden trying to beat Thomas Asante. Does well there, Roden. But then Archie Gray is giving it away. Phillips gathers. Surely he's offside there. Wallace. Yeah, and the flag goes up. San Miguel, love it. Having a cup of tea. All grown up, Ant, hey? You haven't given me any ribbon on Twitter today, Ant. I don't know what's wrong with you. Or Dad Andy. Not that one. Yeah, right. I remember that, Andy. Yeah. Won't be going for ages. Mr. Clowes doesn't have deep pockets. Interesting. Really don't like having Swift that wide. Wasted there, does his best work centrally. Yeah, fair point, Alistair, who would know as a Reading fan. And yes, and I will be at Loftus Road to see league leaders Ipswich Town take on QPR. Sorry, I've been annoying everybody with that on the Championship Check-In podcast last night. Go and download that on Spotify or Apple or Amazon. Throw in Leeds. Let me know in the chat how you see this one. It feels very even, doesn't it? How is that not a yellow card? Gelhardt's protesting it. He really sticks his hand out there. Does referee Donahue book him? I think Thomas Asante's kind of looking back, saying you got lucky there. Leeds seem lethargic and a bit slow on the ball. Just keeping our spot on. Maybe so. Maybe so, hey. Different expectations for different clubs, right? Have we lost picture? No, we haven't. We got it back. Dan James takes the free kick short. Come on, Sky. Oh my God. Appalling camera work. I think we've lost the hard cam, have we? Really weird. Someone's done a zoom from the top of the gantry here. Sky seemed to have lost the hard cam for a second. So we're getting a very interesting wide shot that's not very wide. God, it's awful. Ajayi knocks it down the line to Furlong. Furlong to Wallace. Hopefully Sky get their hard cam back very soon. Furlong. James picks it up, dribbles away and is fouled. That great old stadium, Loftus Road, with a brand new pitch. Looking forward to it, Dave. Can't remember the last time I went to Loftus Road. Would have been at the start of that season, wouldn't it? 2019-20, the COVID season. I can't remember. Someone go and look back in the YouTube annals. Don't encourage me, Saint. Please don't stop saying leaders Ipswich. Enjoy your club at the top of the league. Oh. It's just Schadenfreude, isn't it? Everyone will laugh at me when they're no longer top, which I understand is coming as a team that was in League One. Will you get down the Mole to watch one of the dearly departed teams? Probably not, Jacob. Just in terms of expense, getting to Premier League games is difficult. But we are going to do Chelsea-Luton. If you fancy joining me, August the 25th. That'd be a week today on the watch along. So we will be doing Luton there. No Championship game. That Hull and Bristol City is not on TV that night. Ayling into Strauch. Knocked down the line. Gelhardt. 25 gone, by the way. Strauch, who we do mention a lot, don't we? They were right on the square ball. Strauch carries it forward. Ampadu. Nice little dink ball over to Roden. Nice and advanced Leeds. Good looking attack there. Shackleton. Shackleton hits the shot, deflected off the post. Oh, would have been a lucky goal. But then I do say unlucky that it hits the post and it goes safe. Jorginho Ruta looks to the skies. Shackleton gets out his feet. Crowd. Ooh. How many times do you see that deflect and just spin in and do the keeper? Again, luck on both sides there. Would have been a lucky goal, we know, with a big deflection, but unlucky. And in terms of West Brom there, you know, they get the lucky bounce off the post. Woof. Ben, do you think it takes a handful before darker teams get going? Both promotions, Farker teams get going. Took 6 games before they smashed the league. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's evidence for that, isn't it? Although the second time, I think there was the mitigating factor that the transfer window and Buendia and Cantwell were causing trouble. Oh, corner goes into the back post. Strike shot blocked. I think if they'd had those two playing from the start, they'd have got 100 points, that Norwich team, wouldn't they? If you want, Leicester games, let me know. Thank you. Ant managed to get to one already. So I must have some loyalty points in the Leicester system. Come on, you Hatters, says David. Come and join us, that one, David. Nearly Leeds improving. Coach sets off at 12:30 for that Hull game. Some mission in store. Christ, how long's the journey, Josh? Bristol to Hull. Man, that does suck. That's right diagonally across the country, isn't it? Man. Is that a 4.5 hours, that one? Oh, that's a long day for those Bristol City fans, isn't it? Melier has it, 27 gone. And I wonder if we should do a like spike. Let's wait for the ball to go dead and then we'll do one. So don't hit like yet, but hit like in a minute. Ampadu, he really is waving Strauch forward. I presume the instructions, and we've seen this so much from Farker teams in the Championship, for those centre-backs forward, one of the midfielders drops in, full-backs ahead of them. I think Ampadu saying, look, get up alongside me in central midfield. That's clearly the instruction. Right, let's do a like spike, guys. Everybody, if you wouldn't mind, all at the same time, please, and don't undo your like if you've already done it, but please hit like. It's a like spike. Thank you very much. If anyone can give me a running total, that would be lovely. Thank you all for your support. And thank you for your comments, keeping that chat going. We love these watch-alongs. In theory, we're all in the pub together watching the game. And I'm just the moderator, basically. Here is Ampadu, who looks like he's got a fair bit of influence over this team, doesn't he? Ampadu gets it off Ayling. Ooh, and as I say that, he gives the ball away, Ampadu, or rather gets robbed by Malumbi. It's not Malumbi, it's Yakuslu, sorry. Peters knocks it back into Yakuslu. Ooh, that's a yellow card. Dan James robs Malumbi. Malumbi blatantly pulls him back. You know it's going to be a yellow card. DJ. Oh, actually, we can do a time check now. We're going to be at 29 minutes. 3, 2, 1, sync. Thank you. Phil for the Exeter fans. To Carlisle. Crikey. Ampadu doing his best Harry Winks impression. Stop it. Strowick. That's a good point, that, Joe. Yeah. I said at the time he should have been booked for that handball. Yeah, he's lucky boy, actually. Good point, Joe. Malumbi. I mean, the second one was definitely a yellow. With the handball thing, you can always argue, is it deliberate, is it not? So, obviously, with a pull back, there is no grey area. It is deliberate. You don't pull someone back accidentally, do you? But yes, fair point. It's going to be a restart for West Brom. It's kind of panning out how we thought it might. A little bit messy. West Brom will try and keep the shape. Leeds are going to try and work the Farker thing, but probably not up to speed yet, as has been pointed out in the chat. Oh, we've given it away again in that deep central midfield area. Shackleton winning it. James. Cross to the back stick. Ayling. Oh, nice cushion ball by Ayling. Really good ball. And Gelhardt can't steer it goalwards. Maybe that's why Shackleton's in the team there, just to press. Just to give some legs up the top. Is he playing in the number 10 position? No, Reuter's out on the left. Maybe Dan James is. Let me just see get the heat maps up here. They've got Shackleton right, Gelhardt 10, Rutter up top, and James left. So nothing like what I was saying. To be fair. Oh, what do we got? Also, love the podcast to do with Sam. Hope he sticks with it. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I mean, he promised he did. He would. So, yeah, quite the coup for us to get him on. If he had been booked, he would not. Well, that's true. And yeah, that's very true. Leeds fans singing a nice song to Notto and Sinistera. I bet they are. I don't have the sound on here. Sunderland to Plymouth. Yeah, ouch. Oof. James, do you think the higher quality of competition this season suggests whoever get promoted will be better equipped to survive the Premier League? You never know, James. That's still a hell of a step up when you get there, isn't it? Knocked into the corner for Shackleton to chase. Peters just stewards that one out. I reckon San Miguel will make an error. San Miguel might cause an error, yeah. Oh, okay. I've just seen that Malumbi handball again. Yeah, he definitely should have been booked for that. Definitely moves his hand towards the ball and it's deliberate. So, yeah, he should have been 2 yellow cards, shouldn't it? Should have been red carded. But I do agree with Ant. He probably doesn't make the second challenge if he's got half a brain, if he does get the first yellow. So, But yes, maybe gotten away with one there. Jay Malumbi in the West Brom midfield. We were on that before Sky, though, weren't we, here on the watch along? Ajay, Kipre, Ajay. Now, they've given the ball away in this position twice already, West Brom. Nearly a third time there, but nicely worked into Thomas Asante, who's clever there. He just spins backwards into Ampadu and draws the foul. Fly from Newquay to Sunderland, right. Cross deep to the back post. That's a horrible ball. Matt Phillips isn't going to get there. Gavin has actually looked it up. Standing ovation for Gav. Apparently on the 18th of January 2020, I watched QPR 1, Leeds 0. And you're asking me to remember the game now. That was the last time I was at Loftus Road. Did Calvin Phillips get sent off? Can someone check this? And QPR scored a handball goal. I do remember that. Don't remember who scored it, though. Luke Freeman? Naki Wells? I don't know. Phillips got sent off, right? Do I remember that? And I do remember a handball goal for sure. Asked this earlier. What's the most boring game I've ever been to? Crikey. Actually, doing this gig, vlogging them and stuff, you're literally never bored because you always got your eye on something. Just before COVID kicked in. Oh, yes. Naki Wells. There you go. Kind of got it right, didn't I? Hope you'll be in the honour of Saturday 21st. Is that Rotherham Ipswich, Ian? Sounds good. I'm game if I can get permission from HQ. You know the deal. Ayling. Gelhart in the 10. Give and go with Shackleton, or an attempted give and go. Malumbi knocks it out of the way. Well won back by Archie Gray, was that? But it has gone back to West Brom. Bamford missed a penalty, did he? I really don't remember that. Crikey. When do you think VAR will be introduced? I don't know. I thought they would have had it by now in the Championship at least. Maybe they want to do the whole EFL at once. Meh. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Gives these refs as much help as possible. I missed the Bloom COVID Saturday streams. Good fun, wasn't it? There is the boss. Say hello to Shaylee, who's probably watching Made in Chelsea. Oh, cross to the back stick. Furlong is well marshalled, I think, by Gelhart all the way back. Fair play to him. It's a good cross by Phillips, that, to the back post. Say hello to Shaylee in the chat. How many Made in Chelseas have you watched, Shaylee? He just can't slide in and wrap his foot around that Furlong. It's bad technique, actually. Kind of tries to karate kick it in. VAR at Harrogate would be fun. Yeah, right. I should have replaced Jeff Stelling, but Simon Thomas is doing a fine job so far, isn't he? Bless him. There you go. Evening, Shaylee. Super mum in there. She's like Nanny McPhee, Shaylee. Always doing 20 things at once. Why am I seeing a slow-mo of Joe Roden? Ooh, ouch. That's why. So Kipper, I don't think he fouls him. I think he wins the ball and kind of follows through. I know someone's going to argue, oh, is that endangering an opponent? Hello, Shaylee. How are you? Evening, Shaylee. I've had a fantastic birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Dave. Sorry. My God. Everybody, QPR forever, Dave. Get in there now. Wish him a happy birthday. I should have remembered that, Dave. I'm so sorry. Get your birthday cake emojis in for Dave, please, in the chat. I'm evidently a terrible friend and have forgotten all about it. Sorry. Ajay, I get a bit nervous when they try and play these ones out from the back, West Brom. See Archie Gray getting further and further forward to press. There we go, Dave. The chat is more loyal than me. I'm sorry. Completely forgot. Well, I did say happy birthday in the WhatsApp group. Sign up on Patreon, guys. Join our fabled WhatsApp group. And you could have wished Dave a happy birthday properly there. So I clicked through them a bit quickly there, didn't I? There we go. Let's get all of them. Clicked up on the screen. Your birthday wishes there, Dave. Comment of the day, Stevie. Go and get him to give me a job then. Not the greatest game, this, is it? All a bit much of a muchness. Ayling's got the throw in now. West Brom don't look natural playing out from the back. Does look a bit scary, doesn't it? I do agree with that. Ayling's done well there from the throw in the tight space. But West Brom have won it back. Swift tried to play it up the line with the outside of his foot. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Baggies. Fewest touches this match. I think they're flagging up Jorginho Ruta, even though Matt Phillips has had fewer touches. Ben Kerr's derby, then birthdays. That's tremendous. Can we stop playing out from the back? I have no idea. Yeah, it has given a couple of decent chances, DJ, to Leeds, hasn't it? I do agree. But the players are, I suppose, just following instructions, aren't they? So it's down to Mr. Corberon. Thomas Asante tries to slide that forward to Jed Wallace. He's been quiet. We haven't mentioned him. That's the problem with this game, is that for West Brom to be having good attacking actions, you'd think we need to be mentioning Wallace and Swift and the like. And maybe for Leeds, sort of building up down the sides and those central midfielders. And we seem to be mentioning the centre-backs a lot and attacks breaking down, right? Strauick kept that one in jest. Shackleton, who's a busy little fella, isn't he? Ampadu, Strauick, nice ball. Through the lines to Gelhardt. This looks all right for Leeds. We've got to keep that ball moving a bit quicker, though. Byram. James. Oh, it's poor. Come on, guys. That was a horrific passage of play where both sides give the ball away in consecutive touches. Dear oh me. A bit of a stale first half. Yeah. Hope it's not going to be one of those where we're screaming at the clouds here. Give us a goal, lads. Come on. Ampadu crosses it in, headed up in the air. That should be the keeper's ball. Peters covering across from left back. Needs a goal. Agreed, Gav. Agreed. LUFC Mass just wants us to win the game. He's not bothered about the quality. I know what you mean. Get up, lads. Absolutely. Dan James reminds me of a Duracell bunny. I'll take a 0-0 on the road, Si. Dan James is realistically the Gareth Bale regen. Oh, go away, Ewan. I think my 0-0 is looking likely. I'm only annoyed at him because he's right. Strauick. Roden. We'll do the numbers in a minute. We'll go full on Q&A at halftime then. Just open it up, full championship stuff. Mark, sadly a 0-0 for Leeds is an improvement. Yeah, they never keep clean sheets, do they, Leeds? I nearly kept one at Birmingham, but hey, it's binary, that clean sheet thing. You either keep one or you don't. And they didn't. What are you going to do? Have we had a West Brom shot yet? I believe their XG might be 0. No, it's 0.27, so we must have. But we'll do the numbers at half time. I'll save it. I need something to talk about, for God's sakes. We're trying, guys. Peters, Kipre, 42:20 on the clock. Kipre goes home to Palmer. And this is where Leeds smell blood on the press, don't they? They're all just waiting to jump in as soon as that goes into central midfield from the centre halves. So Ajayi quite wisely carries it and knocks it into the channel. Smart play by the centre half. Gets West Brom up the pitch. Is there a foul there? Possibly. They've won a corner, though. Furlong and Wallace. And yeah, I don't want to go all Big Sam on you, but West Brom just mixed it up there, went into the channel, and they've won themselves a corner. Had one great chance to score. Yeah, it's Furlong, wasn't it, on the back post? Not going to be much added time in this. There'll be 5. Honestly, I hope not. Corner then for the Baggies. Swift swings it in, headed away by Ruta. There you go. He's touched the ball again. Swung back out. Lovely ball by Yokuslu. Swift again, standing up his man, who is Dan James, who fancies his chances of taking him on. James knocks it back against Swift, so Swift has to keep it going. Malumbi going in ever-decreasing circles. Leeds clear it as far as Ruta, who carries it down the line. Nice play by Ruta. Your wireless Wi-Fi Ruta. Stop it, I won't do that again. Inside it goes to Ampadu. And West Brom couldn't really build on getting up the pitch and winning that corner then. Oh, slid inside. Byram into the box. Spoons up in the air off Peters. Peters seems to have spent most of the time playing centre-back, doesn't he? And caught by Palmer. Dan James is down again. Is he going to need the physio? Sits up. I think he might be. Kipre goes home. Oh, please. Stop it. Half-time, Forest 1, Blades 0. Both sides on 0 points there. Both sides go looking for their first point. Ben, over the summer, I saw several articles about Brom teetering on the edge of administration. Any truth or just clickbait? Yeah, some truth in that. Just depends how disinterested the ownership is. If they don't want to, continue to fund the club, you know where it's going, don't you? Looks like a Millwall who's who. Right. Steve, you must be knackered creating all this content each week. Reckon this watch-along format is your toughest gig. It is when there's no goals, Steve. But yeah, it does take a lot of energy, the watch-along thing. I know a lot of people do it and they've got some other people on the other screen, but I try and involve you guys in the chat as much as possible. So, yeah. But unfortunately, because of that there pandemic, we got quite well versed with these watch-alongs, don't we? So I have done many. And what I always say about the watch-alongs, it's nothing to do with me. It's all to do with the game and the chat that makes it good. So I'm only as good as what's going on the screen. Is that half time with like 0 stoppage time? Were we in stoppage time then? I didn't even notice anything after the injury there to Dan James at the end. Let's be very honest. That first half was pretty dull, wasn't it? Not great stuff from either side. I guess if you're West Brom and you're coming away to Leeds, you're going to be the happiest side in terms of containing. You think Leeds are going to be favourite to beat lots of teams this season. Just not much in it at all. There was that chance for Byram where he swung it round the post, wasn't there? What was the other decent chance? It was Dan James when they won the ball from West Brom playing out. It's all a bit stiff. Both sides look a bit scared, don't they? Yeah, not great. Give me your take on the first half in the comments. Let me bring the numbers up. And yeah, you'll see how not great this game's going to be. So West Brom have got 0.27 on the XG, but haven't had any shots. I don't understand how that works at all. Unless they're counting Furlong's chance as an opening that didn't result in a shot because he kind of sort of shanked it. But that still would be a shot, wouldn't it? I don't know how they've arrived at that. But that's the state of where we are trying to discuss it. 54-46 in terms of Leeds for the possession. 6 shots to 0. Unless that hasn't caught up and we haven't got the right numbers there. 206 to 163 on the passes. Yeah, it's not great, is it, when we've had particularly sort of Farker teams in the past would be on double that number of passes. Sort of, I know Southampton set the record, didn't they? 470 or something, but certainly more than 200 by half time. Yes, not a great deal for us to talk about, I'm afraid. Leeds 0, West Brom 0. So I suppose we should immediately go to your comments, and we'll have a little bit of a Q&A at half time. In fact, I tell you what we'll do really quickly, just because I'm interested. We'll just check in with what is going on with Forest and Sheffield United, which was a 7:45 kickoff. Get your questions in. So yeah, Awonyi with the early goal in that one. Struggling Blades, aren't they? Poor start to the season. 9 shots to 3, only 0.03 on the XG. They're not going to get any points if that remains the same. You can see, though, for Sheffield United, they've brought in De Souza Costa there into the starting lineup. Traore starts again. Hamer starts. So they're trying to shape their new side there. Have a look on the side of the screen. You see Forest will go up to 8th if that stays the same. And they do indeed get the win. Bang in any questions. Honestly, at this point, with a fairly drab 0-0 going on between Leeds and West Brom, I'll take any sort of topic you want to talk about. Let's get into it, guys. What are we saying? Get your comments in on the first half. Get your questions as well. How has Sam Byram been? Every time he played for Norwich, he was fantastic. Could never stay fit. Kind of absolutely fine. I'm the dude. Did well for that chance he made. Although, to be fair, most joy West Brom have had has been down his side with Furlong. Whether that says more about Rutter playing or Dan James, whoever it is, playing up ahead of him, you tell me. Joe, unbelievably... Is that a word? Unbelievably. Yeah, probably, isn't it? That half was more entertaining than the entire game against Birmingham. But yes, it was a poor half. Well, I'll bow to your superior knowledge, Joe, on the Blues game. But yeah, it wasn't great, was it? George Harrison. Wow, we are in the presence of greatness. I think West Brom have a chance of catching them on the break, but Leeds should go on and win this one. Stop it, Ewan. Got 0-0 written all over it. Gavin changing his prediction. I agree with Ewan. What is this? Oh, is it CV game, Ian? Bristol City, Man City, Rotherham, Burnley. Oh, Christ. I'm struggling with that one. I was going to say Joe Jordan when I saw Bristol City, but there's no Leeds in there, is there? If anyone can get that one, CV game in the chat. 1-0 West Brom. Got a jammy goal written all over it. Oh, I've forgotten to mention the deflected shot. We should have mentioned that as well, that hit the post. And, of course, the potential double yellow card for Jay Malumbi, although I do accept the argument that if he had got a yellow card for the handball, he wouldn't have made the pullback for the second challenge. First half take, the watch-along made it worth watching. Well, there you go. We are improving the experience, hopefully, for everybody. Yokuslu not playing himself today. Have struggled a bit playing out through that central midfield, haven't they? For me, Leeds have been the better side. More for Palmer to do than Meslier. Leeds hitting the post. Need more quality in the final third. Sky just showing that one there. Bring on Sarmiento and Madja. I think we're going to see them, aren't we? What happened to the dearly departed series? So we'll try and do some kind of rejigging of Premier League stuff this season. Got a bit difficult with Enid being one, and I must admit the format I was using wasn't drawing the numbers that I was particularly wanting, but we will try and do a little bit more there. Charles. It seems we're playing a rather narrow 4-4-1-1. Would you agree? Well, Farker always tries to make it really open and expansive, doesn't he? With the centre-back split and the full-backs forward, maybe one of the midfielders dropping in and the other one with a bit more free reign, then rotation we saw for Norwich, and it was always Pookie right off the last man. So it was always very 4-2-3-1-y, but very attacking. So, if it's looking like, what did you say there, Charlie? 4-4-1-1. Probably not by design, I would suggest. But, hey, I've been wrong before. Travis, how do you see Blackburn Hull playing out? I was surprised to see many are predicting a high-scoring affair. I think I put in my bold predictions, Travis, that Hull would win that one, but they're bold predictions, so take them always with a pinch of salt. Take them seriously, but always with a pinch of salt. Baggies fan, Corberon, like his early don't concede, don't lose, then build. Honestly surprised we still have the manager. Interesting. As interesting as the Taggart episode. Even less sometimes because sometimes there's running. You're not enjoying it, Etienne. Do we want to talk about the mess that is the Mason Greenwood situation? If you don't mind, Alistair, not that I don't believe it's a serious situation that's worth talking about, but the conversation tends to get very emotional very quickly when that is brought up. So if you don't mind, I will avoid it and stick to other topics. But I did say ask anything, didn't I? Considering your T-shirt you're wearing, who's your favourite Batman and Joker? So given my age, obviously my favourite Batman and Joker would be Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. But I'm sure lots of people will yell at me for having that opinion. It's just an opinion. It is what it is. Norwich wanted 1 p.m. kickoff to see the World Cup. So what time will the World Cup finish then? Is it 11 o'clock kickoff? What if it goes to extra time and pens, hey? Best signing in the champ so far, Barley Mumba for Gav, and get involved on that. Jerry Gow. Christ. Good work. 1-1 Hamer. Has he scored? Great to see. Archie Gray is going to be some player. I think he already is, isn't he, Ashley? Keep comments coming. Do you cut your own hair? Of course I don't, JG. A lovely lady called Raj up there does it in her converted garage. Of course I don't cut my own hair. Dear oh me. That's an insult to Raj's haircutting abilities, I think. Do you guys think the loan signing of Twine could make Hull into playoff contenders? We shall see, won't we? He's not a guarantee, remember. He's not been at championship level consistently. He didn't really get on too much for Burnley last year, but he was a hell of a player in League One, wasn't he? Will Hamer leaving Cov be like Bowen leaving Hull? That's a hard no. I'm the dude. No, they've spent the money already to replace him, whereas Hull absolutely didn't, did they? Let's keep moving through these questions. Thank you, guys, for keeping halftime interesting. I don't care if we bore the world to death now. Point will do me until we finish dealing with the mutiny. Fair comment, yeah. We're supposed to be 4-2-3-1, but it seems to vary, absolutely. Which ground you visited has the best halftime food options? Now, try and avoid eating at football stadiums because I'll get very fat very quickly. Do you know what? In posh Reading once, I had lovely curry before the game. You know, like when you go to a festival and there's like a curry stand in there. That was lovely. I had time to sit down and eat that. Had lovely coffee at Watford. Proper hipster nonsense that. They had like a coffee van underneath the Graham Taylor stand there. So yeah, we'll go for the coffee at Watford and the curry at Reading, right? Except when I've been in hospitality, but you'll all shout at me if we're ever going in hospitality. Gus Hamer is unreal. Great player. At least I'm still here, Alan. Yes, you are. As needs must. Yeah. Do you try to go to a game every weekend? We'll try and go this season, Sane. Obviously, people that knew the channel will know that before the pandemic, it was all going out to games and the odd stream and whatnot. But that will change during the pandemic, and we figured out how to live stream and to make short form content. So we try and mix it all up now, and I'm fortunate enough to have people on Patreon supporting and my writing gig for Tribal Football. So we're able to spend a bit more time on it now. If you do want to support, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. But yeah, try and get a balance, which will mean hopefully out once per week if that all works with family commitments. One observation is Leeds team is very young. West Brom very old overall. Both teams need a bit more age balance. Fair comment. What? Not Adam West. Come on, you know what it's like with music or Batman or films. It's always the era that you grew up with. So I'm sure if I grew up with Adam West, it would be Adam West. But I didn't. So it's Michael Keaton. There you go. That proves it. Lewis has grown up with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale. So it's always the same, isn't it? It'll always be the same for people's favourite music. And, oh, God, what's this horrible-looking horror film I'm seeing an advert for? There's some Chucky-looking doll. There we go. How come all the pundits who wrote off Wolves are all changing their minds? You're allowed to change your mind. New information. It's all just a big guessing game. I agree with what Gary Neville said. People get so emotional about predictions. They're complete guessing games, aren't they? Pre-season predictions, and then you get some information and you change your opinion if you've got an open mind. What do we got here? I think Ipswich should look at Tom Holmes. I don't mind that idea, actually, JG. He's up for sale now. Reading have got rid of blue collar now. The food is awful. Happy bunch down at Reading, aren't they, Alistair? Evening. Love the shirt. Thank you, Mac Markey. Given my favourite Batman and my age, Desert Toon. There you go. Exactly. It's whoever you grew up with, isn't it? Adam West and Cesar Romero. COVID streams, those were the days. Can you still remember the chords for O Bielsa? What a song that is. O Bielsa, he's someone else. Let them ride the Leeds United, helter skelter. Let the fullbacks attack. Oh, it's a tune. It's a banging tune. Me and my mate Ian wrote that. Willie Ryan Leeds fans, how huge the 49ers investment people are. A lot of our fans think our skin. The only issue with that, Charlie Charles, is you're not governed by how much money your owners have got. You're governed by FFP, aren't you? And lots of clubs have rich owners in the Championship, but you just got to balance that FFP side of it up, haven't you? What kind of music are you into these days? It's very sad, Ewan, but it will be Ping Fong, Baby Shark, Coco Melon, Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round, all the songs from Moana, and every Peppa Pig song. I can sing you every single Peppa Pig song. So that is all I've listened to for the last 2 years, I'm afraid. What else have we got? In next month for the Heath Ledger tattoo. You're braver than me, Lewis. I'm not going any bigger than that on my arm. Is he left-footed? I don't know. One of the Reading fans will tell us. Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. There you go. Some proper Batman knowledge going in here. Now the Old Farm Derby is back. We do a pod tour. If I'm invited, I would absolutely love to. I'm a big fan of what Jack and Chris have done there. Agree, Ian. I love my food, but I love my team, but the food is not great. There you go. I remember going to Burnley a few years ago. We got so drunk we ended up spending hundreds at a meat restaurant. Nice. A meat restaurant. Are you a full-time YouTuber? No, I do still have other work. I would say I'm a part-time YouTuber. I am still a musician as well, contrary to that, singing. Do you remember the chords of Welcome to the World of Mick McCarthy? Of course, because it's Welcome to the Hotel California. That beautiful, beautiful song, hey? Lots of deep-cut Batman knowledge here that I don't particularly have. There's a Leeds fan yawning. He's as bored as the rest of us, aren't we? Keep the questions coming, guys. All good fun in the chat before we get into the second half. My 2-year-old loves the Frozen. This is very interesting. Enid hasn't really... She's so into Moana. We tried Frozen. Whenever we do a long car journey, we've got the iPad on the headrest, the little gimmick that holds it. And she always asks for Moana. So that is the deal. Sounds delightful. With the way this match is going, give us a rendition of a Peppa. I'm Peppa Pig, Peppa Pig. Do, 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 do. My favourite one is big balloon, bigger than the sun and moon. Oliver, come on, you baggies. Give me Barrett and Murphy and wait and see. There you go. I think it's back on YouTube, actually. Welcome to the world of Mick McCarthy after the Eagles blocked it. Shocking. Right, guys, thank you so much for getting us through half-time there. Not a lot to talk about with the game. Do hit the like button for that stream of consciousness. Cheers, everybody. Don't mind if I do. Let's hope we get some action in this half. It's Leeds 0, West Brom 0. We're about to kick off. We'll give you time sync as soon as is possible. Why don't I run through the teams and try and preempt a goal to be scored? Well, I'm not paying attention. As we see a hefty tackle by Jay Mullenby smashed into the dugout there. Meslier in goal for Leeds. Ayling, Roden, Struick, Byram, Ampadu, Gray, Shackleton, Gelhardt, James, Rutter up top. For the Baggies, they're calling it a back three, which kind of makes some sense. Palmer, Ajayi, Kipre, Peters, Phillips, Furlong, Malumbi, Yokuslu, Wallace, Swift, and Thomas Asante up top. What we need to do is get your watch-along predictions in. How is this game going to end? I'm going to roll the little VT. No, I'm not, because West Brom have got an attack going on. They've slid Thomas Asante in. It's a lovely ball that Meslier out to gather it. Does really well. Get your second half predictions in. How is this game ending? Get your predictions in for the watch-along. Get your predictions in. How's this game ending? We'll read as many out as we can. Dan James over on the left wing. The ball must have gone out because the entire Baggies backline there stopped and Ayling volleyed the ball straight at Palmer in goal. Let's have a look at some predictions. Here we go. 0-1, 1-2. 0-0. Sticking with 1-1. 1-1. My head says 0-0. There we go. 1-1, 0-0. 0-0, 2-0. I'm leaving the hefty ones. 1-0. Oh dear. Too many 0-0s up there. There we go. I hope you people predicting goals are right, even though there might be more sound logic in all the 0-0s there. Excuse me. Chris, time check. Yes. We'll get there. I'm going to be at 48 minutes and about 40 seconds, so I'll give you a shout. Then, Golden Daragon. It's one of my favourite Chinese restaurants when I used to live in Ipswich. Down the left wing. Furlong red card, calling it. Somebody back that, Oliver. There you go. 0-0 and a sending off in the 63rd minute. I like it. Win yourself some money. Please gamble responsibly. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org. Those are the days when I had a betting sponsor. I had to say that every 5 minutes. Right, going to be at 48 minutes in 3, 2, 1, sync. There we go. We did think that West Brom had the bit of a spicier bench, didn't we? Given Leeds have only got 7 men on there and 2 keepers. Can anyone nick themselves a goal? Dan James is on the deck again. I think I've said that 3 times tonight. Jay only just arrived. I decided looking better than it. Jay, it's not been great. I dare say you've not missed much. But we are expectant as ever here on the watch along. Please hit like. Give us some hope. How's the running total on the likes? Hot take. Sarmiento will come on and score. Has Kane actually scored for Bayern? That'd be tremendous. Do you think a Leeds defeat will make it more difficult for it? Yeah, probably. Yeah. So Harry of Kane. We love it. 5-0 Ipswich, hey? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Not a fan of these players getting done for gambling yet. Gambling sponsors everywhere at football. Well, they know the rules, don't they? I think you can disapprove of both things without them being linked, I guess, but I know where you're coming from. Should have been a pen for Forest, says George. What's going on in that one? It was 1-1, wasn't it? Sounds like Sheffield United have come back strong. to equalise in the second half. Rodin tried to slide that into Ampadu. Probably hospital ball that, but Leeds have gotten away with it. What's the running total on likes, guys? Somebody let me know. Thank you. We've got 178 and we've got 108. So over 100. Here's Thomas Asante, though. Left side of the box. Puts it in low. Wallace! Oh, great save. I think he tipped it against the post there. Meslier. Lovely play by West Brom. It went down the left-hand side of the box. Nice one around the corner from Yakuslu. It's really good from Wallace. He moves near post. What a save. He's tipped that right onto the post there, Meslier. Oh, that's outstanding. He's not been in good form either. That's a hell of a save. Look at that. Wallace can't really hit that much better, can he? Outside of the foot, bending into the top corner. Tremendous goalkeeping by Illan Meslier there. I'm not exaggerating for effect. By far the highest moment of quality in the game there. Absolutely brilliant save by the Leeds keeper. Pressure now for West Brom. Malumbi down the right. Wallace, who will think, I couldn't have done much more there with that difficult shot. He tries to pop the cross in. Has that gone for a corner? Yes, it has. Good pressure from West Brom here and an outstanding save by Illan Meslier. Some goal from Hamer in the other game. I look forward to seeing it. So it's still 1-1, is it? It's not a second goal for Hamer, is it? Oh, and the corner's gone messy, and we have a goal here, and it's Jay Malumbi. Corner came in, bit of a mess in the box there. Malumbi hit the shot. I think it deflected on its way, dribbling into the corner, and it is Leeds 0, West Brom 1, and Leeds' horrible start to the season is continuing here. They're behind Elland Road in a bit of a mucky game to West Brom. Malumbi the scorer, 52 on the clock. Get your thoughts in via the comments. It was a good bit of pressure, wasn't it, from West Brom? Let's see what actually went down. It fell to Malumbi. It's a double deflection. It hits Rodin. Then who does it hit? It actually hits Thomas Asante. So I think Brandon Thomas Asante is going to get that goal, not Malumbi. Yeah, it's going to be his goal. Malumbi went away celebrating, but... Oh, it's gone in off his arm as well, hasn't it? Oh, dear. Oh, goodness me. Got a bit of luck there, West Brom. I think it goes in... When the first angle, you think it's gone in off his thigh. It's gone in off his arm, hasn't it? Didn't we have that weird one in the Premier League where that happened and it wasn't a deliberate handball, so the goal actually stood, which seems odd considering it's called football. I'm trying to remember what goal that was, because they have that silly rule where in the build-up it counts, but I mean, no VAR here, and West Brom have the lead, probably off the forearm. We need to see that camera. I can see the camera that got it as well, from just behind the goal to the left-hand side. But it did look like it went in off Brandon Thomas Asante's arm, didn't it? Very unlucky there, Leeds. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. I have to say, in defence of the officials, no chance you're going to see that that's a handball in that crowd. I don't blame the officials. It just is what it is, isn't it? Goodness me. What have we got in the chat here? Throwing goes in. So I'll get to the chat in a sec. Phillips holds that one up. Wallace. Get your views in on a bit of a lucky goal there. Blimey, goal. Come on, West Brom. Handball. Leeds United. Boing, boing. Gotta love Carlos. Geography teacher vibes. Chorus of boos. Was there indeed? That's not fair on poor old Farker. It's not his fault, is it? Impressive level of boos. Goodness me. It was handball, wasn't it? Let the floodgates open. Farker going nowhere. West Brom have turned up. They actually, to be fair, they have started the second half well, haven't they? Leeds in the mud. Never thought I'd miss VAR. Yeah, let's all be honest, mate. It was handball, wasn't it? But let's not have a pop at the officials here, because you can't spot that. Double deflection in the box and blind side, and it just clips his arm and goes in. But again, lots of people whine to me about VAR, but it would have at least given them a chance to spot something that's very difficult to spot with the naked eye. Down the left comes Phillips, crosses in, hiked up in the air. Typical handball, and no VAR. Tossy, time check. We are at 55:35. Matt Phillips has just been booked. Has he kicked the ball away? We had a couple of yellow cards. I think Shackleton got booked a minute ago. What are my thoughts on Plymouth Argyle? Excellent club, Daniel. Doing great things. Very big fan of Stephen Schumacher as well. Leeds squad is the lowest of any relegated side I've seen in many a year. Maybe we need to go back to Sunderland, the double relegation there. We need VAR to support the officials. Ewan, I apologise for being so confident in my nil. I'm glad you were wrong, Ewan. Why did I say 1-0 Leeds in the predictions? I don't know, James, but you are categorically going to be wrong. Are we going to see the Meslier save first? What a save that was. Tip that one onto the post. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Meslier. Here's the goal again. Up it goes. Yeah, it just hits his forearm, doesn't it? No chance any of the officials are going to see that. I've got to defend the officials there. That's why we have VAR. Well, we don't have VAR, obviously, in the EFL, but it is handball. The goal should be scrubbed off, shouldn't it? But it is what it is, hey? Leeds look shell-shocked. Yeah, let's hope that stadium gets behind them. Happy with a lucky goal, but the real story is what the F is happening with Leeds. They're struggling, aren't they? Stop it, Ampadu, on 4 straight relegations. Poor fella. Furlong. Cat amongst pigeons there. Leeds 0, West Brom 1. And let's be very honest, I've got no issue with the officials. Really hard to spot, but it was handball, wasn't it? Off Brandon Thomas Asante's elbow, forearm. Behave, Jamal, in the chat. Handballs count when it's against Leeds, right? Hamer just got a yellow card. So, guys, smarten me up. Is it still 1-1 in Forest? I don't think he is offside, Chris. If you look, Ayling's back on the goal line. So you've got your 2 players behind, Ayling and Meslier. So I think if you look right in the corner of your picture, Ayling's back on the line, isn't he? Playing him onside. I'm not reading that one out, Kyle, but I'll put it up on the screen. Still 1-1 at Forest. Gus Hamer's getting some rave reviews in the chat. And look, it may not be good for Leeds. They've been a bit unlucky with that going in off the arm or the elbow, but it's good for the game, although Leeds fans are not going to agree with me about that. Oh, there's a slide right through the middle. Ruter is in behind, is he? But Palmer does well off his line to get that one cleared. Yakuslu, Phillips. I wonder if West Brom will fold properly into a kind of 5, it wouldn't be a 5-4-1 shape, would it? If they bring Swift and Wallace back and Phillips, I can't think who's on the other side. No, Phillips and Wallace. Yeah, no, Swift is playing left, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Sky, no matter how many times you show that goal, we all agree it's a handball, isn't it? To be fair, until we saw the angle from the left-hand side of the goal, I couldn't tell. So that's how hard it was. I saw 3 replays before I knew that was handball. I'm just standing up for the officials there. There's no way they were going to spot that. Here is James. Oh, nice play through for Gelhardt. Good defending by Kipre. Corner. few shouts for a penalty there. Looked like he won that one fairly clean. Let's have a look. Anything on this one? Ooh. Did he win it that clean? Let's have a look. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a penalty, isn't it? Crikey. Oh, Farker's right. Yeah, I thought Kipre had played that out, but he completely didn't, did he? Poor old Leeds are having a horrible... That's definitely a penalty, isn't it? My God. Kipre looked so confident. It looked like he kicked it out in the direction of the ball, looked like it went out. But if you actually saw the way it bounced, I think there's like a kind of miss kick in there. It's definitely a penalty, isn't it? Crikey. Not getting a lot of luck tonight, Leeds, are they? A handball goal against them. And that was a penalty, wasn't it? Deary me. Corner then for Leeds, who are due a bit of luck, frankly, in this game. West Brom will take it. Play the cards you dealt, I guess. And cleared away. Yeah, I don't think we're really debating that. Once we knew who touched the ball first, it's definitely a penalty, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think no one's really going to disagree with that. Just smashed right through his man, didn't he? It's a foul anywhere on the pitch, that, and therefore a penalty. Never seen Farker get that animated. Don't blame him, poor guy. Ayling down the right. He crosses left-footed, flicked on the near post. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, this, for Leeds, isn't it? I think Rutter flicked it on the near post. Dan James is probably 3 yards out from goal. Just needs to let it bounce in off him. Probably would have been offside, but Leeds have probably owed one with the luck they've got in this half. But yeah, he should score that, shouldn't he? Just misses his kick and it goes wide. Oh, actually, it's a really bad miss, isn't it, from that angle? He's trying to sweep it in with his instep and it just hits his toe and goes straight round the post. Fair comments, Ben. It's our day. Hand, purple, blue, peace. Some emojis maybe supposed to be in there. Here is Ampadu. Oh, nice feet by Ampadu. That's a foul, isn't it? Yakuslu brings him down. Ampadu says the word yellow, but doesn't go like that. Let's have a look. It's not a great tackle, is it? He's probably got a point, Ampadu, there. Free kick for Leeds. Yakuslu sheepishly getting into the wall after possibly getting away without a yellow card there. Leeds have been very unlucky in this second half. West Brom lead through a goal that went in off Thomas Asante's elbow, and it looked a clear penalty there. Kipre with the foul. Who was the foul on? Someone tell me. Was it James? I don't know. Was it Shackleton? Someone tell me who the foul was on. I was too busy looking at the player's feet there. Free kick then. Archie Gray. Although it's whipped by Gelhardt in the end into the wall. Sheffield United should be 2-1 up. Mr. One-on-One, says George. Keep us in touch with that one if you're watching it, George. Here's Gray. Gray to James. Byram. Gray. Strauick. Time check, Oliver. We are at 63.47. I'll do a proper one at 64 if there's nothing in the play. Wallace trying to get away down the right. I think Strauick's going to get there first as well. Good cover. They're going to be at 64 in 3, 2, 1. Sync. Get yourself lined up. Remember, if you're watching on Now TV or on your smart TV, probably going to be a little bit out. Can anyone in the chat tell me who Kipre fouled for that penalty call? Byram, Strauick, Roden, Ampadu again. West Brom are happy to sit in. I've got two different answers here. Was it Dan James or was it Joe Gelhardt? Here is Shackleton dribbling into the box. Well played, Swift, who's probably going to have to be a defensive midfielder for the rest of the game. Oh, it was Gelhardt, was it? Ruta, he gets tackled. What have Leeds got off the bench now? Need to freshen this. Farker, love the triple substitution. And oh, there's a curler. Great save by Palmer. I think it was Dan James with the right foot there. Much harder chance than he missed a few minutes ago. Lovely curler towards the top corner there. Shaped that nicely. Really good effort by James. Good save by Palmer. Just sets that one outside. Yeah, good stuff from both players, actually. Tips it. Might skim the bar over the top. Does it? No. Just, sorry, hits the back of the gimmick holding the net up. Palmer's gone down holding his right leg. Ethan Ampadu's pinched some water out of the West Brom physio's bag. He did ask for permission. Great effort that by James, actually. So what did he do? Did he land on that leg funny? Or did he spring off it and pull something? Lands on his left leg, but it's his right leg that's injured. So, yeah, weird one, that. He must have hurt himself springing off, has he? Yeah, it's his right leg that's hurting. Weird. Bit of good news. Got into my universe. Congratulations, Ewan. Where are you going? Let us know. What a fantastic save was, wasn't it? Corner for Leeds. Out swinger, I think Kipray, the villain of the piece a few minutes ago, getting away with that penalty with a very good header cleared there. Here's Gray. Look at that West Brom team shape. They are here for the clean sheet now for the remainder, aren't they? Shackleton coming down the left. Oh, get this. This will make you all feel silly. Going to Sheffield to do theoretical physics. I bow to your bigger brain than mine, Ewan. Congratulations. I'm a humble musician who waffles about football on the internet. Not theoretical physics. Ampadu. Oh, big hit again there on Ampadu. It was Eric Peters that time. No foul given, but it was a tasty tackle, that one, wasn't it? Ruta out on the left. Oh, he slips as he tries to go past Furlong. Furlong does well. Shepherds it out. Got no confidence, Jorginho Ruta, has he? Right, I think Sarmiento is going to come on now. So the Baggies make the first move in terms of subs. John Swift is coming out. And Sarmiento, who is on loan from Brighton. I believe that's a Colombian flag next to his name. And we are 68:40 on the clock. I'd imagine Farker is going to go soon. He needs to, doesn't he? Leeds 0. West Brom 1. Throw in from Byram. Hoiked up in the air by Kipray. Ecuador. There you go. I stand corrected. My South American flag game is not up to snuff, evidently. Thank you for the correction. Sheffield is a hell of a base to take in games, isn't it? Yeah. Very good. The issue for Farker is to go with what? We don't have a single attacker on the bench. That's a good point. Let's have a look at the subs bench indeed for Leeds. Yeah, it's a fair point that Joe makes in the chat. Gyabi, Bate, Greenwood, Cresswell, Drama, Darlow. Let's have a look at that penalty call. Yeah, it's just the most nailed on penalty you'll ever see, isn't it? I mean, the ball goes away, but that's irrelevant. It's a complete swing and a foul on Gelhardt, isn't it, by Kipre? We just seen the replay. I think Eric Peters has just got booked for taking too long to take a throw in, which he's very amused by. Anyone reckon Darlow has a good finish on him? Maybe. Didn't Roden end up front at the end of the last game? I can't believe that goal's good. Talk of VAR. Yeah, it should have been chalked off, shouldn't it? We know. I've got sympathy for the officials because I think it was like on the third replay, different angle. It's like, oh, it's handball. So I didn't notice from the first two angles from the hard cam. So I don't blame the officials at all. But yeah, it's not fair, is it? Strarick. Gets it back off Roden. West Brom, everybody behind the ball. But why not, hey? They've got the lead. They're getting the 3 points as things stand. James pops the cross into the back post, and Luke Ayling has got the equaliser for Leeds. Out of nowhere, really, the left winger to the right fullback, Ayling arriving at the back post. We said they don't have any striking options. Maybe they don't need any because Ayling, the fullback, has popped up with a goal. It's Leeds 1, West Brom 1. Let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Leeds get the equaliser. Kind of out of nowhere, really, that. I guess they didn't imagine Ayling was coming. They're all watching the ball. There's Ayling. I didn't spot him either. Steals in at the back post. It's a really good header, isn't it? Just runs off Peters. Gets in front. Finishes that like Ian Rush. What a goal. Great header, actually. Glances it right into the corner. And Captain Ayling. And now here come Leeds again. Shackleton into the box. That will get the crowd going. It's a throw-in high up the pitch. Leeds have an equaliser. And I guess given that penalty shout and the handbally nature of the goal, they possibly deserved that. Who was saying don't play Ayling? Wasn't me. Driven in. Good save by Palmer. I think that might have been Ayling again there. Snapped in with the left foot and Palmer gathers again. He's played well, actually, the Baggies keeper. He had no chance with that goal. Just drifted the header right into the corner. So it's Gelhardt. Smashed the shot in. Really good. Good performance, actually, by Palmer in goal this half for West Brom. And how does that change things now? Can Leeds go on and win the game? West Brom looked like they were set up to just sit in and take the 3 points. Stinging Palmer's hands. It was a good save, wasn't it? Have I come across that video of 2 students eating the hair of a random bloke on a night out who looked... No. It sounds like a good thing that I haven't either. Dan James getting into the box there. Good cover by Malumbi. Leeds are all of a sudden well on top. Gray knocks that one inside. Strarick. Roden. Leeds kind of camped in the West Brom half now. They look the more likely. Forest scored. Chris Wood winner. What time was that goal, George? My Bale regen is cooking. Nice. Makes no sense why you want to book a player with a throw-in when the time gets added on there. I suppose it's supposed to be a preventive measure if they're taking too long. 88-minute goal for Nottingham Forest. Connor Townsend is coming on. In fact, Eric Peters, the guy who did get booked for taking too long with the throw-in. Unfortunately, it was him that got beaten in the air by Ayling for the goal. It was the classic standing jump against running jump there, and Ayling was just able to leap that little bit higher. We're coming up now, 75. Leeds still haven't made a sub. Connor Townsend and Josh Madger are coming on. We'll see what sort of shape Carlos Corberon. I don't think it's going to change, to be honest, because Peters and Thomas Asante are coming out. So I'd imagine Madger just goes and plays up front. Townsend goes and plays left centre-back. Palmer keeping West Brom in it. Yeah, 2 excellent saves from Palmer, one from Melier in this game. Both keepers have been decent, haven't they? Not really much chance for either of the goals. Forest impressed me at Arsenal. Looks like they're getting a 3-pointer tonight, Forest. They're 2-1 up from what the chat is telling me. Gray knocks that one down the line. Kipre goes home. Nice little turn by Ajay. Furlong given away by Madger. That was his first touch. Bit of a tricky one to control, to be fair. Since the Thomas Asante goal, Sky are telling us, 8 shots to nil and 62% possession for Leeds. Ayling arriving on the back post again. He's having a lovely old time playing right wing at the moment. Shackleton's going to recycle. Gray, who's so neat and tidy, isn't he? Strauick. Byram. James. James drifts inside. Byram's going to go on the outside. He's going to get it off Gelhardt. Byram's going to have a run at Wallace. Byram gets the cross in low, but they're going to deal with that. Cleared away as far as Strauick. Nice to see a score. Last clean sheet was February the 25th. Crikey. Deary me. What happened to Daryl DK? He's just been injured, hasn't he, Matt? Dear me. Ayling. Ayling swings the cross over. And it's all Leeds, isn't it? Really, really dominating now. James dribbles into the box. James to Shackleton. Shackleton just overcooks that one, and Madger does well there to win a foul. Guys, the yellow cards come out. If we can get one more like spike, if everybody can hit like and give me the running total, that would be fabulous. So hit the like button right about now. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Thank you for all the comments. As we always say on here, a yellow card for Strauick. The watch-alongs are only as good as the chat, and the chat has been tremendous tonight, especially with a bit of a boring first half. Leeds, such a confidence team. Can't disagree with that, Steve. They look really good now. They've got back into the game, and they look the more likely winner, don't they? Kenny will be ready for the cup game on 29th of August. And Gavin is lucky enough to have a season ticket there. And I've sat with him a couple of times. Great view over in the corner. Then David Priest, if you've been to Luton before. Thank you, Alistair. 120 likes. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Superb support. We'll try and be here each and every week with a watch-along, each and every week with a live in-person vlog. We'll be here with Sam on Thursday nights for the Championship check-in. So plenty of chance for you to interact. I have listened. Last year was less chance to do more in the way of live stuff with, looking after Enid and all that good stuff, but a bit more flexible now this season. It's going to be a throw to West Brom in the right back area. Furlong's going to take. Farker watching on, looking pensive. He's very pointedly not made any substitutions yet. Although, as I said at Norwich, he did love a sort of triple substitution quite late in the game and going all-out attack. But that was a very good Norwich team that he was making triple subs with, to be fair, and maybe needs to be a bit more. Ooh, heavy tackle by Brom there. Really clattered into Madger, didn't he? Saw a rumour today, Jed Spence. Why do they want so many right backs though, Mass? Bournemouth stays up with Tyler. He's that good. Is that happening? Forest almost got a third. 7 minutes added time. As I understand, if the chat is not telling me porkies, it's 2-1 Forest. 7 minutes injury time in that one. Both sides on 0 points. So it looks like Sheffield United are going to stay on 0 points and Forest are going to get a first win. They had a good home record, didn't they? By the way, make Enid's predictions a thing before your match vlogs. Has she been right yet? No, she said a draw and just blurted something. Yeah, so I'll get 2 teddies every time. We'll get Enid to do. I'll get Enid to do 1 to 24 predictions when she can point at enough stuff. It's just holding a 2-year-old to do something 24 times is not easy, let's just say. Townsend goes home to Palmer, who's been decent in net for West Brom. Where do you think Raksaki will end up? Got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be Hull, Craigie. Love him at Ipswich, obviously, but I wonder if Hull are going to do that deal. Farker looking exasperated. That decision goes against Leeds. In fact, there's going to be another West Brom free kick there. Byram has fouled Wallace. Bremen 0, Bayern 4. Harry Kane on the score sheet. Love to see it. He's going to score loads. To be fair, name me a team Harry Kane would play for where he wouldn't score loads. There'd have to just be a terrible football team that didn't make him any chances. He'd still probably score plenty. Sam Greenwood's going to come on for Leeds in a minute. Been linked with Leicester. Apparently we want Chair. And why couldn't you have done Chair before this weekend? In comes the free kick for the Baggies. Headed out by Gelhardt. Nice touch by James. Brings it down. Going to get it out of his feet. Couldn't quite. He sort of invited Wallace in for the tackle and wins the throw in the end. Byram takes to Strarick. Will I be covering the Women's World Cup final? I will not, Michael. We're driving down to Chichester to the caravan. So we're going to do the hot takes early on Sunday morning. You don't want to know when. We'll get that scheduled to come out before the Norwich-Millwall game, maybe 11. So again, apologies to Norwich and Millwall fans. Won't be included in the hot takes, but we're still going to look at 11 games. And then I'm on holiday. So we'll go a bit dark on the channel there. For a few days. Leave Chair alone, please. That's the problem with having good players. People want to buy them, don't they? Gelhardt comes out. Greenwood comes in. Number 19. So imagine Rutter up top. Greenwood in the number 10 position. Is that one all over, Walker? 2-1 Forest. By the sounds of it. 83 on the clock. Looks like Gelhardt's got a problem with his right shoulder. I can empathise with that, I tell you. Although it's left-hand side on me, on my neck. Into the box goes Greenwood. Early touch for him. Ajayi gets it away. And I think it's just going to be backs to the wall now for West Brom. And they would happily take a 1-1, I'd imagine. Although Power Mad says, I can smell a last-minute goal. We love a last-minute goal, don't we? Except when it's against the team we support. But there you go. James on the left wing. Nice feet by James. Given away now, though. Wallace into Phillips. Phillips into a cul-de-sac. Gives the ball away. And James has improved as this game's gone on, hasn't he? He does well to get it to Greenwood. That's foul by Yokuslu. Who's got to be close to getting a yellow card now, Yokuslu, on the on the old totting up process. There you go. We've done this before. Referee Donahue, revenue. The Inland Revenue has got a yellow card out for Yokuslu, who probably on the totting up process there. Although the camera's on Matt Phillips. Matt Phillips has already been booked, so if it was him, we'd be seeing him walking now. Sheffield double last season. Sheffield double this season. Yeah, not the double our Blades friends and Al's friends are going to want to hear about. Yokuslu did get the yellow card, and we're going over to the subs bench. Taylor Gardner-Hickman is coming on. That looks like Nat Chalobah as well. I'd take a 1-1 away. Yeah, I think as the season goes on, a draw at Leeds will appear a better result as well. How is Ashula starting in the Premier League? Can get kicked for us in League One. Yeah, they're not stocked up top yet, are they, Blades? So on comes Gardner-Hickman. It's Yokuslu who is stepping out. I'm stepping out. And they're properly going to just tighten up that midfield, aren't they? Because Chalobah is coming in as well, 14. I think Carlos Corberon wants a wall of bodies in front of his back line, doesn't he? Gardner-Hickman will give him legs. Chalobah is just going to screen, isn't he? You know that as well. Good shout, Mark. Congratulations. Stepping out by ELO. God, I'm old. Free kick goes in. Header drifted over the bar. I think it was Joe Rudden. Name that tune. He got up well there, Rodden, but Ajay was just in front of him. His big unit, Ajay, as well. A goal kick for Palmer. Don't take too long, matey. You know what the deal is these days. Drops in down the right-hand side. It's going to be a throw in to Leeds in their left back area. Greenwood's chasing down the left-hand side here. And he's given a foul away there. What is the name of my band? I depth for many bands, Michael, but I'm not actually in any bands anymore. I want to see the mayhem of a West Brom goal. Cheers for this evening's watch-alongs. Back for your next one. Have a good one, guys. Thank you, Alan. We will be back for... Who is it next? It's Luton and Chelsea next Friday night. So we're doing Premier League, but we'll keep the Friday night theme up. They seem to be the ones. I think people are all into games and stuff for the Saturday lunchtime ones. Have a great holiday in the caravan. I will, Ricky. I will. At Park Resorts in Chichester or whatever it's called. With the in-laws as well. You love to see it. Did Chalobah play for you guys? Yes. Trev. He's at Chelsea, isn't he? Yeah. He came on loan to Ipswich in 18-19. A good player in a rubbish team. I tell you, we were awful when he was here. Not his fault. Furlong hanging cross to the back stick. Chalobah was there. Ayling just sticks his foot through it and boots it out for a throw-in. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. They're Hull fans, aren't they? Beautiful South, is that right? Oh, telephone line, give me a sign. Here comes Sarmiento, we haven't mentioned, down the left. Oh, nice feet. Crosses in low. He's a tricky little customer, doesn't he? That's going to fall for Madja, who is offside. 89-30. on the clock. Have a good holiday. 3 long days of being up to morning. I need sleep. Yeah, congratulations on your uni stuff. 16 Leeds shots, 3 West Brom shots. One of those, hey? I can see it on the screen right now. One of those nights. It's been one of those nights where you turn out the light. That's my Bon Scott impression. Enjoy the holidays. I hope the weather's better next week. Yeah. A big hoof from Kipre. Right, 7 minutes stoppage time. Have we got time? Well, we've definitely got time. Will we get ourselves a late goal? Heaton's a blade, is he? Why did I think he was a Hull fan, Steve? I told you it drew, Rene. I mean, you're right so far. 7 minutes stoppage time. Come on, Leeds, get into him. Stats shown on the games. Yeah, popped up on my screen as well. Retro Gamer. I think we're going to get a long throw hurled into the box here for West Brom. They're going for it here. They don't want to commit men forward in the main, but Semi Ajayi's gone up. And Darnell Furlong is going to hurl this one into the box, as he's very good at. In it comes from Furlong. And Strauch deals with that on the near post. Thanks for the watch, Long Creator. Oh, thank you very much, Vindaloo. Thank you for joining us. Don't go yet, you lot. You never know. Our 10 p.m. finishes on Friday nights this year. We're gonna get a post 10 p.m. goal at some point, aren't we? It's going to be a restart for Leeds. Free kick at the back, which Strauch didn't take from the right place. He's had another go. Leeds want to get on with it. It's another West Brom throw. And I think, are they going to take this one long? They're taking their sweet time. They can't take this long with the throw-ins. They're killing their stoppage time. Fuck is furious with that, understandably. Furlong throws it down the line and it's shanked into the stand. Up onto the roof, probably. And Darnell Furlong is going to lob this one in. Kipre's gone up. He's just trying the ball off. He needs to speed up or he'll get booked. Furlong hurls it in. Good header by Rutter. Actually, his best actions have been defensive headers, I think. Need a Cornick long throw, right. Furlong's not bad. Love these matches. Makes the 3 to 5 p.m. Friday. Oh, all right for you, Walker. 10 at night here now. All one. London 0. Definitely need to see where Leeds squad is when the... Well, 100%, yeah. Down goes Furlong. Daniel Farker is not impressed with that. And West Brom are doing their best to just kill the clock here. Hector, see you for the next. See you. Leeds, Chelsea. Unless you're going to join me and Sam on a Thursday at 7 for the Championship check-in, but we'll be here for Leeds, idiot. Luton. Chelsea, Luton. I'll get it right at the 15th attempt next Friday. Ayling gets ahead on that. I have to say, West Brom have played injury time really well, haven't they? Kept the ball up the Leeds end, slowed it down. Here is Kipre, 94.07 on the clock. Not feeling, doesn't feel like a late goal type of stoppage time. Feels like West Brom have managed it really well. Leeds want to inject a bit of chaos into this, don't they? Get people running backwards towards their own goal. Get that ball moving. They just haven't managed to do it. Booted forward, left-footed by Meslier. Ayling is decent in the air, but couldn't do a lot with that. As we approach the 96th minute, so we approach 95 on the clock, you know what I mean. Thrown into Madger, heavy touch by him, but he gets away with it. It's back to Ajay. Furlong pops that one down the line for Phillips. And it's fairly straightforward, but they're doing it really well here. West Brom, he just pops it down the line, forces Byram to defend it. Byram's got cramp, actually. And Matt Phillips is perfectly happy to help him stretch his legs out because it kills a bit of time for the Baggies. I wonder if Furlong's going to hurl this one in long. Oh, Seb, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Reading FC relegation again? No. I think they'll be okay. It's only -1 point this time as well. So, no, I wouldn't have thought Reading will be in any trouble. I'm not sure they're going to get in the top 6, but just need a sort-out season. Bouncy volley in. Thank you again, Seb, for the super chat. 1-1 draw suits everybody else. It probably suits West Brom, doesn't it? We're now 96 on the clock. So 1 minute of stoppage time, or minimum stoppage time rather, to go. Dan James knocks it forward. And Leeds just haven't managed to force any kind of shot or attack in stoppage time. But here is Ruta. Ruta hits the shot. Oh, that did not miss by much. He's been dead quiet during the game. Just opened out for him in a sort of a number 10 position, even though he's the furthest forward. Edge of the box, not a bad effort. I think Palmer, who's just come up on Sky Sports as the man of the match, he's got that covered. It just drifts it round the post. Chris, West Brom deserve credit here. Good result, apart from a spell in the second half. They've not been on the rack despite the stats. No, that's true. They've been a bit lucky, haven't they, Chris, with that penalty call and the handball goal. But I agree with you. They've played the cards they've dealt with pretty well, haven't they? Or they've been dealt, you know what I mean. Wigan almost wiped out the 8-point deficit. Yeah, fair play. Quick way to scrub that off, isn't it? We are past 97 minutes, and that is full time. It is Leeds 1, West Brom 1. Daniel Farker and Carlos Corberon shake hands. All the action really in the second half. We got that goal from Brandon Thomas Asante, which did bounce in off his elbow, didn't it? I don't blame the officials for that at all. Really hard one to spot. Leeds should have had a penalty, shouldn't they? Kip Ray with a really clumsy tackle on Joe Gelhardt in the box. Luke Ayling stole in with an excellent header. A couple of good saves from Alex Palmer as well. One brilliant save from Ilan Meslier. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the deal. Let me give you your numbers really quickly. They are mainly in Leeds' favour. 57-43 to Leeds on the possession. 1.57 to 0.35 on the XG. 16 shots to 4. One big chance to 0. It's a game Leeds will feel that they certainly shouldn't have lost and they possibly shouldn't have won. Possibly should have won if you take my point. I don't know why Footmob has taken me off my numbers there. Otherwise, West Brom managed it reasonably well. You would possibly agree. Right, let's quickly see your final comments here. Frustrating, says Bremner's Ghost. Nearly Jorginho. Thanks for the stream. And I'm seeing Harry Kane scoring for Bayern Munich. Ian, see you soon, fella. Alistair, thanks for the comments. See you soon, chat. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, everybody. Happy to take a 1-1. We've been lucky. I'll take it. Hamza, take a draw. When we can't, we need to be dogged and scrap a result. Yeah, agreed. Joe, thanks for stream. Have a great holiday. Yeah, we'll see you all back on. I'm only away for 4 days. So we'll do the Ipswich QPR tomorrow. We'll do the hot takes early Sunday morning. And then I'll be back with Sam. I'll try and get the bold predictions out during the day on Thursday as well. So it won't be too long. Power Mad, take care. Gav, legend. Renee, told you it was, yeah, you were right. Max Albion couldn't get out of their half. Wasn't that tight a press from Leeds? Thought West Brom were ordinary. Vinny, best of luck tomorrow, everybody. Yeah, good shout. Vinny, play up Sky Blues. Davey, cheers, Ben, on chat. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you haven't hit like before you go, please do that. It's Leeds 1, West Brom 1. It's not disaster, but it's kind of neither here nor there. Leeds very much still need sorting out. West Brom will probably be pretty happy to take a point. Thank you, everybody, for joining. As I said, we'll be back next watch along. Will be Luton and Chelsea, but you can join me and Sam for the Championship check-in on Thursday night. Enjoy your game, whoever you're going to see tomorrow. I'm at Ipswich and QPR, so do check that one out as well. And I'll see you all very, very soon.